evening. Hope everybody is doing great. It is a Sunday evening update, 10 p.m. Going on a little bit later tonight because, yeah, we have Sunday night football. So, yeah, Michael, you are right by saying that. KWA will be on after the game. So, just figured I'd hop on and do this update. And the camera seems to be lagging again. Um, is that just my screen or is that everybody else's? Feel free to leave a comment if you're seeing that lag too, because that's going to be annoying if that's the case for me and for you. No, Willow Way. It's not going to be a sleepless night tonight. I do think that there will be some rain moving in tonight, but tomorrow there's going to be some better chances for that severe weather. And yep, it is lagging. Yeah. Appreciate the comments. Probably should have checked that beforehand, but what can you do? Yeah, I don't want to restart it because then going to lose everybody and then people are going to get the notification twice and it's going to be a mess. So I think I'm just going to leave it. The weather graphics won't be laggy, but I will be. So you're going to see less of me, which might not be a bad thing. Here is a mega Doppler showing the rain making its way in. So again, right now, Northwest Arkansas looking quiet, but River Valley seeing that rain making its way in, seeing some moderate rain. So if you're in Fort Smith area, rain will be on the increase. Can look at a few cameras seeing. Here's Posey Mountain, definitely seeing the clouds filling in this evening. Gaither Mountain in the clouds, so definitely seeing those low stratus clouds making its way back in. Now, we're doing this update because we do have a severe storm threat. Again, it is for tomorrow. Tonight, I think we're going to be seeing some heavy rain. I'm not too worried about severe storms tonight. By daybreak tomorrow, I think there might be a break in the action. Now, tomorrow morning, we're going to have to pay attention because if we get sun, if it's pretty quiet before Monday afternoon, the instability could be a bit higher for Monday afternoon, increasing our threat for severe weather. But as of right now, here is the day 2. So, Larry, I see your comment about what's going on. Again, right now we just have some rain moving in, but we do have a severe threat for tomorrow. So, again, marginal risk, level 1 out of 5 for the severe storm potential. Now, we're going to have to watch out for winds, flooding, tornado threat. Those are the main factors for us. Now, notice how we're talking low-end severe threats with this event tomorrow, but take that with a grain of salt because we've seen some of these low-end threats overperform. But I still kind of have my doubts on whether or not that will be the case, and I'll show you why in just a second. So, a lot of people just coming on. It's 10:04 p.m. This is a live update, so we're waiting for the end of Sunday Night Football to do the newscast. But as of right now, I have a little break in the action, so I figured I'd hop on here and update everybody. So again, mid-60s right now, dew point 64. So I was just outside. It feels quite strange. It feels like the springtime. Yeah, so it definitely feels different. The winds aren't all that strong yet, but they're gonna be picking up. Here's Posey Mountain, mid-60s across the area. Fayetteville 67, Fort Smith 66. So again, right now the winds are looking light. But check out what happens ahead of this big storm system. These winds, they're really going to be ramping up. So here's 10 p.m. Heading into the midnight hour, winds increasing. Daybreak tomorrow. It's going to be a windy start to the day. Might have to bring out that trash can forecast if anybody has trash day tomorrow. During the afternoon, wind gusts 40 miles per hour. So that's no joke. So it's definitely going to be on the windier side for Monday. And it's all ahead of this big system. Here are those chances for rain. So tonight's rain chances will be going up, especially around midnight, just after midnight, decreasing, heading towards daybreak Monday, and then afternoon hours, they're going to be going back up again. I don't know, Brendan. It's a good question. I wish that wasn't the case, why it always lags. But River Valley painting a pretty similar picture for those chances for rain. But then beyond that, some dry weather settles in. So big picture, storm system to our west, and that's quite the impressive system. That trough is digging all the way down into Mexico. So a lot of energy moving in that southwest flow, and we're already seeing some effects from that. We have a wind advisory clipping the area for Monday. And to the left of that, that's a flood watch. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of those got extended east into our forecast area. Now, here's the day two. This is for tomorrow. So Monday afternoon, level 1 out of 5, marginal risk for severe weather. That main threat still to our southwest because that instability, that is just going to be in question for tomorrow. That is a limiting factor for this severe storm threat. There's going to be plenty of wind shear. The instability, that is going to be the limiting factor. Right now, we have that energy. You can see a whole lot of rain off to our south. Now, that is the heavy rain that I was talking about for tonight. You can see it making its way into southeast Oklahoma, west central Arkansas. We're going to be dealing with that tonight. Now, nothing is severe in that cluster, but we could see some flooding issues tonight. Here is a future track. So again, this is it gives us an idea of what we might expect. It's not 100% accurate. It's just a model, but let's go through this. So midnight, 1, 2 a.m., really good chance to rain. Could be heavy. A lot of the models is they're in a consensus showing a little break in the action towards daybreak Monday. So 7 a.m. Monday, it could be dry. Now here's the time frame where we have to watch out. If we are seeing sunshine, if it's quiet all Monday morning before this line moves in, the instability could be a bit higher than expected, and the chances for severe weather will be higher too. So here's noon Monday, going throughout the afternoon. Now, models kind of have been slowing down this line. Yesterday, it had it coming through around noontime. Now it's kind of going a little bit slower. And that's probably not good because that gives us more of an opportunity for the instability and for the moisture to increase, especially with those gusty south winds. So here's 3 p.m. So on the way home from school, from work, we're gonna be dealing with some of that rain, but I think it will leave the area by 7, 8 p.m. So it will be out of here by the evening. But afternoon and early evening, we're gonna be dealing with that. So that's your future track. And here is one of the models that we look at for tornado potential. So this kind of gives us an idea of if we're going to be seeing ingredients for tornadoes, and it kind of incorporates instability in it too, the significant tornado parameter. So let's see what it does. So again, tonight's doesn't really have any of the dynamics in place. I think the instability tonight will be lacking. Tomorrow, though, that's the question. Will we get the instability? So here's 3 p.m. We're seeing some of the ingredients starting to work its way back in. So we're going to have to, I think Monday afternoon, that's the best chance for severe weather along ahead of that line. And we can see it's going away during the evening. So a couple of questions. Morgan, what time are we expecting bad storms in northwest Arkansas? So tonight, we're going to be seeing some pretty heavy rain. I think just after midnight tomorrow during the afternoon hours. So 12 p.m. to around 6 p.m. That is the window for our chances for severe weather. Brandon's asking, is this a November 4th setup? Well, we have a big system coming in like November 4th, but we're kind of missing some of the ingredients that we saw on November 4th. And it's the instability. It's expected to not really quite return for us. So yeah, Dan agrees. Not even close to a November 4th. Yeah. So if it was gonna be that bad, Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff would probably be on this live with me. But yeah, let's look at a few models, seeing if this instability is going to return. All right, that's not instability. This is instability. Nope. Hold on. Stand by. There we go. So here's tonight. Again, this model, the resolution isn't as good as what we just saw, but it kind of shows maybe a little bit of instability returning tonight. And then tomorrow during the afternoon hours, we're going to be seeing that's the best chance for the instability return. But some models, ACRRR really doesn't have a whole lot of instability coming in at all. I can show you that right now. Here's the ACRRR model for the instability. nothing. Doesn't even really have any readings coming up. So that's going to be our limiting factor. This is a day 2 tour, so we do have that risk. Again, even though we're very low, it is not zero, and I've seen tornadoes happen with no risk. So definitely can't take it lightly. As far as rainfall totals, around 1 to 2 inches of rain through Tuesday morning, and that's good. But I think if we start seeing upwards of 3 to 4 inches, if we get some heavier bands in there, that's when we start to see that flooding risk start to ramp up. So there is a risk of flash flooding, and it's going to be around the afternoon hours. So when a lot of people are probably out on the roads, that's going to be that. So David Stone, is the rain going to be past Rogers by 6 p.m.? Yeah, that's a good bet. I think it will be. How's Rudy, Arkansas looking storm-wise tonight and in the morning? Tonight, not worried about severe weather. Going to see some heavy rain moving in. Can show you a mega Doppler. Stand by. So northwest Arkansas is dry now, but the River Valley is going to start to see some of that rain picking up here pretty soon. And this rain is a total of tonight and tomorrow. That's what we're going to be seeing. So beyond that, pattern change happens. If you're wondering about later on during the week, we're going to be seeing some much cooler weather moving in. Now, last week, we were maybe thinking some wraparound wintry precip, but the past couple days, the models really haven't had it. Still watching it, but took it out of the forecast. Here's Wednesday, Thursday. We can see snow to our north, but for us, it looks to be staying pretty sunny. So, but the air will be cold. Check out those blues, those purples. We're talking lows in the 20s, highs in the 40s for Thursday. So that's going to be a lot cooler. Here's tonight, heavy rain. It gets windy. Tomorrow, isolated severe storms, windy, and the heavy rain will be there. Again, here's our weather app. So if you don't have it, we give you live updates during the storm. Really good thing to have. If we do blogs, we'll send it out. I wrote a blog earlier today that was pushed out to the KWA app, hopefully, and I'll probably push it out later on to the Your Weather Authority app. You get hourly forecast, 7-day forecast, interactive radar. You can send us photos and videos of weather, and we can show them on the news. And you get updates when we do live streams like this. So it's a really good app to have, and we update it ourselves, so it's really good. Here's that 7-day. Windy Willie is on it for Monday. So it's going to be windy. Definitely can't say that too many times. Wind gusts 40 miles per hour. I wouldn't be surprised if we had that wind advisory extended into our forecast area. Then we're cooling down. Much cooler midweek. Looks quiet. Warming up for the weekend. Another Arkansas Razorback football game. Hopefully we can have a better outcome than what we saw this past weekend. Yep, so doing this live until the football game comes on. Got about 10 minutes to go. It's tied up. Chargers versus the Bengals. So monitoring that. We're going to do KNWA news after the game. This is laggy. That's super annoying. So if you're just joining, we're doing this update because tonight we have some heavy rain moving in, and tomorrow severe storm potential will be there. Here's that day 2 risk again. Yeah, I hope no more tornadoes too, Diana. But again, the threat is low, but it is not zero tomorrow for that. So Bella Vista, Arkansas area. So the whole forecast area has a marginal risk for Monday. So that means that it's a low end risk, but still we could see isolated severe for that. And we can look at a different model. Um, so we got your brother is picking you up tomorrow night from Benton Hot Springs. Tomorrow night you should be good. It's an afternoon deal. That burn ban is not long gone. Yeah. Yep. We had a whole lot of rain just last week. Yeah, no more burn bans for us. Yeah, well, that's a good question. I was looking at it earlier. It doesn't really have a it's not really painting a good picture for us. I think it's kind of underdone. I can show it to you. Here's tonight. Here's tomorrow. So we're not really included in the excessive rainfall forecast. But I can show you Weather Prediction Center is forecasting uh 1 to 2 inches. I think that's the consensus. But if we get some heavier areas of rain and we get 3 to 4 inches, I do think there will be some flash flood potential. Yeah, it's getting worse every time. Yes, annoying. I thought about it earlier. I was like, before that Facebook Live, I'm gonna check it to see if it's not lagging, and I just totally forgot. Okay. So a lot of people are just joining, so we're gonna show you the future track for tomorrow. So we got again tonight's we're seeing that heavy rain making its way in. 1, 2 a.m. across the area. I don't think that's going to be severe, but there will be some heavy rain, maybe some isolated lightning. Not too worried about that. And then here's 7:30 a.m. Monday. So again, I think the day will start quiet, but as we go throughout the morning hours, we're really going to have to pay attention. If we start to see some of that sun peek through, if it stays really quiet during the morning hours, and even during the early afternoon, if the system continues to slow down, then our instability will be greater and our severe storm threat will be higher too. So here's that line. Here's 3 p.m. Monday. I think that's our best chance for severe weather Monday afternoon. And by Monday evening, should be out here. So again, it's going to be a quick system here for us tomorrow. It should be out here by the evening hours, which is good. But Monday afternoon, maybe kids getting picked up from school around 3, 4. Could be dealing with some heavy rain and storms. Now, that's just one model. We have other models too. So here's a different one. Here is our in-house model, the graph model. Usually it a little bit too quick with the storms, the initiation, and with the ending. Let's see how it does. So yeah, it's showing some heavy rain tonight. We're breaking the action. And then tomorrow, yeah, so pretty similar to what the HPR is, to what the HRRR shows. So models are in pretty good agreement about tomorrow. And notice those winds. They're going to be pretty strong tomorrow. Here's a good question. Does future radar accurately present hook echoes? No, it doesn't, because the resolution is too large. They have a hard time picking up on those small scale details, but But you can kind of get an idea if you have a line and there's some cells that form out ahead of it. You can think that those supercells could potentially have those hook echoes. And if people are wondering what hook echoes are, it's what we see in a supercell when they're strengthening, and that can be a sign for some rotation, tornado potential. So that's a good question, Larry. So, Rena, any tornado threat tonight? Not concerned about that, but tomorrow, a little bit concerned. If you're just joining, I showed this a little bit earlier. So here's one of our models that we'd like to show. It kind of gives you an idea of if the ingredients are going to be there for tornadoes. So let's see what it shows. So as we go forward in time, here's tonight's. Don't really have any of those ingredients. And tomorrow, notice how we start to see some of those colors pop up. So that's going to be our best chance for those spin up tornadoes. And um, instability is included in this significant tornado parameter. If the instability ends up being greater than what we think, the threat for tornadoes will be greater too. So, Bella Vista tonight and tomorrow, please. Yep, Bella Vista tonight. You're going to be seeing some heavy rain moving in around midnight, just after midnight. Here's Beach Track. Here's 2 a.m. Monday. That's some rain in Bella Vista. And I do think we're in pretty good agreement with, a little break tomorrow morning. And we have this line coming through tomorrow during the afternoon hours. Doctor's appointment tomorrow at 2. Yeah, there will be some storm potential. That's probably not the best hour to be out there with these storms coming through. We're talking heavy rain. We're talking the severe storm potential. Yeah, it could be an issue. Keep an eye on the radar tomorrow. Yeah, during school hours, that's when these storms are going to be rolling through, or towards the end of school. So yeah, Fort Smith. A lot of people are asking about that severe storm risk. Well, here it is, level 1 out of 5. Now this will be updated later on tonight. We're going to have to wait to see what they do, but there's a low end threat, so could see isolated severe storms with the marginal, but if we get more instability, this will be overperformed. So, yep, that's tomorrow's risk. Yeah, Melanie, I see your comments about going to work tomorrow. I mean, if the atmosphere, if we don't get the instability return, I'm not really concerned about severe weather tomorrow. But if the instability does return, now keep in mind these winds, they're going to be cranking up. Let me show you this. There's going to be a lot of wind shear tomorrow. There's going to be south winds. So we got daybreak, south winds increasing. This will usher in the moisture and help to maybe get some of that instability ramping up if we see some sun first thing. So we're gonna have to watch first thing tomorrow. And check out these wind gusts, 40 miles per hour during the afternoon. That's windy. It's like you're traveling on I-40, west to east in that south breeze. It's not a good combination, especially if you're in a high profile vehicle. Do we still need rain in northwest Arkansas, or do we have enough? Fayetteville is in a deficit of about 1.5 inches. So if we get 1 to 2 inches of rain, this will put us right on track for average rainfall. Yeah, so not too worried about severe storms tonight. at least with this system, is tomorrow. Severe storms tonight. I'll show you where that risk is. That's a big risk, not for us, but got that. Texas, big country. South central Oklahoma. That's the risk for tonight. Yeah, you don't want to be on a bike tomorrow during the afternoon hours. Or hold on. Yeah, actually, yeah. You're right. You ride bikes to go to school. Yeah, you don't want to be on a bike tomorrow during the afternoon. People ask about snow in the comments. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think it'll snow. Winter outlook. It's not winter time yet. Hold on. Oh, I can show you some winter outlooks. Maybe if I can find them. Hmm. Yeah, why? Really haven't been forecasting for OKC that um have been going into detail with that forecast. But yeah, looks mainly like a Texas deal. That's where the instability is going to be mainly confined to. But yeah, OKC, they always got to watch out. You ready for some snow? Yeah. I tell you what, though, it's going to be getting cold coming up. If you miss that 7 day, I can show you that. Looking at tomorrow, it's going to be quite windy. We can see. Stand by. And there's that cooler weather midweek. Lows in the 20s, highs in the 50s. That's below average for this time of year. We should be seeing highs in the 60s in the River Valley. We shouldn't be that cool. And again, the models kind of were showing snow earlier during the week. They kind of took it out for midweek next week. So I have been mentioning it, but I've been watching it. Here's an outlook. I've been looking for this past couple seconds. Found it. This is the Farmer's Almanac, the new Farmer's Almanac, or the current Farmer's Almanac for the wintertime. So Arkansas, I can see it. Mild, near to below normal precip. And we're kind of on the border between the cold and average snowfall. But we got the old Farmer's Almanac, and it shows mild and snowy in northwest Arkansas, mild and wet in River Valley. So take your pick on these winter weather forecast outlooks. Which one will be more correct? Gonna have to wait and find out. Yeah, I've been thinking about the pump fake, but models took it out Saturday, or actually Friday, and they haven't put it back in. So I kept in chances for the wintry mix yesterday, and I took them out today. We're gonna have to wait and see on that pump fakes. Yeah, so snow. We're talking about snow, and the time frame that we were talking about snow was midweek this week. But as we can see, not really seeing that snow. So it was going to be on the backside of a system, but it looks to be to our north, and I think our air is going to be a little bit too dry for that. Yeah, so Bella Vista for snow. I don't think so this week. Who knows? I think the models will do a lot better job once this system passes by, because it's kind of an interesting setup where we've got that system coming through and then another system, and it was going to be on the backside of that system where we could have possibly saw the snow. But that looks to be a little bit too far north, and I think our air is going to be too dry. So, yeah, 2 to 5 days, pump fake range, but also trims. Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to be keeping a close eye on that. But as of right now, really no model, no ensemble has even a hint of the winter weather potential. Heading to Seattle on Tuesday. I think my chance of snow is better out there. Seattle on Tuesday. We're going to be dodging the cold weather. A little coastal storm out there on Tuesday. Huh. Hope your flight's not delayed or anything like that. But, yep. So we got a laggy camera. Oh, yeah, Lisa, yep. Turn faucets on cold in Bella Vista. Well, that deal there, if you have like a hot water heater in your garage, and if your garage isn't insulated, then that's usually where we see the issues with the pipes bursting. I mean, it's gonna be in the 20s. I mean, it's not gonna be that. It's not gonna be below freezing for all that long. Not really too concerned about the drip in the faucets. But if you have like exposed pipes, you might want to think about dripping them, or if you have like an irrigation system, probably just turn that one off for the whole faucets in Bella Vista. But yeah, it's good question. Always good question that we get when it starts getting cold. So cold weather tips. 4 P's: plants, pets, plants, pipes, pets, people. That's what we say. Morgan Ivy. I was told there's a tornado north of Joplin right now. Is that true? No, that's not true. I'll show you. It's pretty quiet in Joplin right now. I don't know who told you that. But yeah. So monitoring the Sunday night football game. We're going to be going live after this game is over. I think it's tied up. Anybody else watching the game in the background? Oh, it's tied up. 51-yard field goal attempts for the Bengals. Let's see what happens. And it is no good. So they're tied up still. So this game might go to overtime. See, the longer this game goes on, the longer my night goes. So, but I don't mind it. Um, yep. Yeah. Wide left. Pretty cool story about um, the Jaguars and the Lions. Cam Little and Jake Bates. I think those are the names. Two Arkansas teammates, kickers, um, facing off against each other. That's a cool story. But yeah, this camera's. My apologies about that camera. It's super lame. We'll get that fixed up for tomorrow. And again, we're going to be going live tomorrow. Um, Josh will give you some morning updates, and Dan and I will be on later on during the afternoon. But um, so if anybody's just joining, we got some rain coming in tonight. Here's a future track. Here's midnight. Here's 1, 2 a.m. Little break in the action. Models have been real consistent. Pretty much every single short range model, cams, people call it fancy word, just means convective allowing model. Um, it is pretty consistent, showing break in the action tomorrow morning. Good morning. It's not morning. We're here. Wonder where you at, Hope. It's almost morning. It's 10:37 evening here in Arkansas. But yeah, so chances for storms are going to be going way up during the afternoon hours tomorrow to 90, even 100% chance. Yeah, look at that. See, this model run compared to what we were seeing earlier, a little bit higher reflectivity values, so a little bit more intense here with this line of storms. And then this line quickly just gone. Goodbye. 6:30 p.m. Monday. And yep, after that, no more storms. But again, we're in November. Can't let the guard down for that tornado potential. Some of those ingredients that are conducive to rotation, storms, they're going to be there tomorrow briefly, but the instability is still in question. There's that day 2 tour. So again, for Monday afternoon, very low. This will be updated, I think around 12:30, and pretty interested to see what I think they'll keep it pretty similar, if you ask me. Um, Still monitoring the radar now. Northwest Arkansas is dry. River Valley, seeing some rain. No lightning, though, with this. How about let's look at some cameras. How about um, do we not? Here's Graduate. It's dry. Here's Posey Mountain. Let me turn this camera south and see if we can see some. Stand by on that. So if there was lightning, we'd see it here. Definitely raining though. See if we can see Waldron. Yep, raindrops on the camera. It's raining in Waldron. Yep. All right. Here's a good question. So, do you think any stronger storms overnight after May I think that has affected a lot of us, and concerns about storms in the middle of the night always causing anxiety. Yeah. So tonight, I'm not too concerned about severe weather. I think it's going to be some heavy rain is possible. Might even, if you like those sounds at night, might even be pleasant. The rain on the window. Not too worried about severe weather for tonight across the area. But again, it's mainly tomorrow afternoon during the day that we have to look at, Cheryl. I can show the day one risk. So here's the day one. So here's tonight through 7 a.m. We're not even in the marginal. But again, we could see a few storms. Now, here's the day two. So that is for Monday afternoon, where we could see our severe weather potential. And as far as what kind of severe weather, we're looking at a low end threat here. Tornadoes, again, not zero, but still worth mentioning. Large hail, not too worried about hail for us. High winds up to 60, but those sustained winds, they're going to be quite high as we go throughout the day. Flooding isolated, those are our main threats for tomorrow. Seeing some severe weather in Texas right now. Some flood warnings in Texas too. But for us, pretty quiet. There's some rain though. This game is about to go to overtime. Again, this 10:43 live updates for right now. After football on NBC, we're going to be doing a fresh live newscast, and feel free to join in. We're going to be talking about the weather for tomorrow, a whole lot of news. Casey Smith will be on the anchor desk, and we're going to be having a good time. But there's Mega Doppler. Nope. Yeah. So, yep. No lightning, but we can see that rain. It's going to get pretty rainy, 1, 2 a.m. But we're really going to have to watch for tomorrow. If we see clearing in the morning, if that instability increases because of that sun, then our event for Monday afternoon could be a little bit more intense. Now, there is something we haven't done. Is look at the North American model. Let's see what that shows. Here's an older model. Probably kind of not very accurate, but let's see what it does. Here's daybreak. In pretty good agreement with the other models. Then gone 6 p.m. But look at those winds out of the south. And that's because this system means business. Check out that big low all the way down there in Mexico, the El Paso area. And here's what happens. And see how it kind of becomes negative? So usually when it becomes negative, these systems don't slow down. Might even speed up, but who knows? compared to last evening, system slowed down a little bit. And then another system across the Central Plains, the Great Plains, South Dakota, Nebraska, great country. But yeah, that's gonna give us a reinforcing cold front, and then we're gonna be getting quite chilly. So not that one. You got these temperatures getting down into, or these colors getting down into the blue and purple range. That's some cold air. Yeah, here's a question. Brendan, what's the difference between positive and negatively tilt? Oh, they just score. Oh, touchdown. Yeah. So we're gonna have to wrap this up. Unless the Bengals score. But question was difference between positive and negatively tilted trough. So hold on. So that's the trough right there. So that's negatively tilted. If it was oriented in the other way, like that, that's positively tilted. And usually when it gets negatively tilted, then we get higher wind shear, better potential for significant severe weather. With that, David Bailey, what's it looking like down in Abilene and Haskell, Texas? Are you from down there, David? I used to live down there. But yeah, tonight they have the severe storm threat. Yeah, we can see Abilene, Haskell. They're in the enhanced risk for severe weather. From that area. And as far as storms, oh yeah, yeah. So later on tonight, towards daybreak, yeah, those storms look mean. Yeah, so the Haskell area, yeah, definitely have the guard up tonight. Have multiple ways to receive alerts if you live down there in Texas. Austin, what's gonna happen? ACRRR. What do you like? GFS. Well, we Austin, Texas. More like mid morning, but as far as severe weather, um, yeah, you're not really questionable. Kind of like ours, you know. Will you get the instability? Will you get the right ingredients at the same time? Because the energy is going to be north of the Austin area mainly. It's going to be around the Wichita Falls area, that area. So yeah. Yep. So looking at the game now, looks like Bengals trying to score, and if they don't, then we're going on KNW News at 10. Yeah, I think this game's over. Yeah, one more try. The Dan's signing off. Appreciate it, Dan. See you tomorrow. But yeah, feel free to watch KNWA, and we're gonna have a newscast. I'll be doing weather. Casey will be doing the news, and we will get you in the know on what's going to be happening tomorrow. But until then, I think this game is about over. We'll see if they can score. If they can score, then I'll keep going. Let's see what happens here. Timeout. It's timeouts. Yeah, so again, that's for tomorrow. Day two. Just put the risk up there one more time. Here's for Arkansas. That's our forecast area. So, yes, again, tonight, rain moving in. Tomorrow, severe storm potential. And got the game on above me. The Chargers stop them. We got to get ready for that 10 p.m. or almost 11 p.m. now. Oh, he almost caught that. Game's over. All right. Yeah, so again, KNWA, we're going to be live on there after post game. So feel free to join us. And we're going to be, Josh Rugger will be in tomorrow morning, and tomorrow afternoon, me and Dan will be in here. We're going to keep you updated on all the latest and be back live on social media if need be. Thanks for all the questions, and thanks for joining.